welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. In today's Pick a Card reading, our topic is advice regarding an area of concern in your life. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps below, which will take you to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please always remember that that is the only way to book a session with me. If somebody reaches out to you to book a session, that is absolutely not me. Okay, so let's get into your cards. Spirit, today we're looking at advice regarding an area of concern in your life. Can we have a card for pile number 1, please? Can we have a card for pile number 2, please? Can we have a card for pile number 3, please? Okay. Pile number 1, you have message of guidance, and you have the zebra Jasper. Pile number 2, you have spiritual message, and you have the crazy lace agate. Pile number 3, you have regrets, and you have the blue tiger's eye. Please take as long as you need choosing your card or cards, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, pile number 1. You have the zebra Jasper, and your card is message of guidance. So our topic today is advice regarding an area of concern in your life. And here with this card, it looks like you're wanting guidance regarding a decision that you're trying to make, or a direction that you're trying to go in, maybe wondering which direction you should go. What is the right decision to make? So we're going to get some information for you today that will help you make this decision, because it clearly looks like you have a decision to make, and it looks like you've been trying to tap into your intuition, but for some reason you're either battling your intuition and your ego, or you just need some clarification, or you just need someone to say something to you, and you say, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was pretty sure, but I just needed clarification, or I needed confirmation. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and look at what is going on with you, pile number 1. Okay. Oof, okay, that card wants to come out. So let's just, even though we haven't shuffled yet, let's just keep this right here for a second. Okay, so for pile number 1, we are looking at advice and also guidance, please. Okay, that card. And I'm going to take one more. Oh, okay, that one. Did you see that one pop out? Okay. I really didn't even shuffle your cards that much. Okay, so let's see. We have weather the storms, let it change you, embrace the unexpected. Okay, so let me look here for a second. You need a message of guidance, you have a choice to make, and you need advice. You know what I'm getting from this card is to go with the flow. Like, well, not just this card, but everything combined, going with the flow. And don't be too stuck in the past. Yeah, go with the flow. Don't be too stuck in the past. Things change, okay? Certain things are not meant to be in your life forever, which can be very, very disruptive, okay? It can cause a lot of chaos in our lives. This card with the lightning is making me think of the Tower card. So perhaps for some of you, you had a huge, huge, huge shift, or something that kind of, like, I'm getting a sense of feeling like things came crashing down. Okay, so there could be something that happened unexpectedly in your life. And now it seems like you're wondering, okay, well, what do I do now? What steps do I take from here? What's my next step? Which can be why you have guidance here and also why we're looking at advice. Okay, so we have the Holy Mountain, Soul Calling, Sacred Journey, and Pilgrimage. Very interesting, because when we put these two cards together, okay, let me actually just set them down here. So with this card, remember I saw like the Tower card in the tarot deck. That's what came to my mind with the lightning strikes here. So it seems that something happened in your life that was disruptive. So maybe some of you, I'm just going to use this as an example, okay? Actually, I have two examples for you because, you know, I tend to use kind of the same subjects as examples because it's typically things that no matter what your situation, you can say, oh yeah, I can understand, I can see that happening, right? And then you can kind of use that as an example for what's going on with you because this is a general reading. So, okay. So let's say, for instance, that you lost a job or a relationship unexpectedly broke up. Okay, it ended unexpectedly. Either one of those things could have ended unexpectedly, and these are just examples, right? So, you know, sometimes when we're in the wrong place, perhaps we were in the right place at the beginning with this particular thing, but as time goes on, we've outgrown that particular thing, and Spirit is trying to guide us along gently, and sometimes we ignore those signs and signals and red flags, and then we can become stagnant. So that's when the universe sometimes creates a Tower card moment, okay? That's why this card says, weather the storms and let it change you, embrace the unexpected. Well, then flowing right into this next card, you have Soul Calling, Sacred Journey, and Pilgrimage. Okay, so what happens when we're meant to move on, when we're meant to evolve and level up our energy? If we don't do it on our own, sometimes Spirit, the universe, will do it for us. And that's when we can sometimes get a Tower card moment. So what I'm seeing here is that you're being called to do something. You're being called to a higher purpose. Okay, there's something better that's meant for you. And that doesn't mean that where you were before or where you currently are now, because you may not have actually lost anything. You may be sitting here thinking, I don't belong here anymore. This doesn't feel right anymore with your situation, and that's why you want advice, and that's why you want guidance. And this decision could be, should I stay or should I go? Okay, you're being called to something greater. And so yeah, where you are right now or where you were, it could have been wonderful. It could have been the best experience of your life, but it could be time to move on from that, okay? Because there's something better waiting for you on the other side of this fear of moving on. Okay, so now we have Temple, the wisdom within, quieten external noise. Okay. This makes a lot of sense because I was, with this card, I mention that? I don't think I did, but so with the moon here, it's kind of like listen to your intuition, let your intuition guide you. And then here, this is confirmation for what I was thinking with this card, is quiet your mind, okay? Whatever this is, whether you're here or you already had kind of a shift in your environment, or if you're just feeling that energy shifting and you're saying, you know what, I know I don't belong here anymore. So quiet the fear, okay? Especially if you're afraid of change, just try to sit quietly, relaxing, whatever it is that you need to do so that you can quiet that fear. Don't let your ego get in the way. Just kind of sit in silence so that you can allow this, your soul calling, to come into your life and to flourish. So to first come in as a thought, okay? And then that thought can flourish, and then you can expand on that and then start to take action, okay? So let's look at your other oracle cards. What else can you tell us for pile number 1, please? The astronomer, discovery, and augury. Yeah, discovery. Do you see what's happening here? There's a huge shift that is written in the stars for you. This is why you need to quiet your mind. This is what I was just saying, right? You need to quiet your mind so that your ego and your intuition aren't battling each other. Quiet your mind from the fear of things are ending. This is terrifying. I don't want things to end. Things were so good. Okay, but what if things are better? What if there's something waiting for you on the other side of this that is so much better for you? Okay. So yeah, I feel that there's a sense of self-discovery here, a sense of coming to peace, coming to terms with some things need to come to an end, okay? And then also discovering your soul purpose, your soul calling. If you don't know what this is yet, I feel that it's going to become blaringly apparent to you, okay? Like I'm seeing like flashing lights where it's going to be so obvious that you're not going to be able to deny this shift in your life, okay? And if you already know what it is, then I feel this discovery is you discovering how to put that into action into your life. And that will be arriving in your life no matter where you are. So if you already know your soul path, but you don't know how to put that into action, you will get the answers for that. And if you're not even at that point yet, if you're just like, what is this chaos? What's going on? Once you quiet your mind, you will start to see the signs of your soul path, and then you will get the signs of how to move forward with that. Okay. This card really wants to come out as well. So we have the Fate, accepting help and guidance. Do you see that? So you have guidance, message of guidance, and then the topic is advice regarding an area of concern in your life. So this is interesting. There's a lot going on here that I'm seeing. So here we have the Fate, and we're talking about your soul calling with this card, okay? You also have the Scissors. And the scissors, can you see that? The scissors are cutting strings, okay, that were keeping you attached to something here, right? Do you see what's happening here? Because this is what I was talking about with this card, where you may be getting signs, things may be becoming more difficult, things may be feeling stagnant where you are right now. That's the universe trying to tell you that you need to shake things up. Some of you, like I said earlier, may have had a breakup or lost a job or have to move or, you know, whatever it is. And that's happening because the universe is saying, okay, you didn't take those signs, you didn't do anything with that, so we're going to do it for you, because this is the time in your life when you're meant to find your purpose. And so here, these scissors are cutting away what is no longer meant for you at this point in your journey. Okay, so accepting help from the universe, quieting your mind so that you can allow that guidance to come in from your spirit guides. Okay, here we have the twins, self-protection and dual natures. Very interesting. You know what I'm getting with this card? I'm feeling like this is the Lover's card. And there's a decision to make. Self-protection. Yeah, so I feel that your ego is trying to protect you. Your ego wants to keep you safe and wants to make you feel comfortable, keep you from feeling afraid of changes. Okay, so I feel that's what the self-protection is here. Dual natures. I feel that there's a sense of, remember here we have a decision to make. There's a sense of, I want to stay, but I want to go at the same time. Okay, so wanting two things that are opposites at the same time. It's like, well, I feel very comfortable where I am, but I'm also not comfortable where I am. I want something new, but I don't want to make changes, you know, because changes can be very, very scary. And especially for some people, change is absolutely terrifying for some people, right? So yeah, there's a lot going on here. And what I'm seeing so far is Spirit is saying, cut away anything that does not feel right at this point. Okay, so let's get into your tarot cards. What else can you tell us for pile number 1, please? Okay. Hold on just 1 second. There's something else coming through with these cards. Give me just a second. What is it? Oh, okay. For some of you, it may be beneficial to make a list of like what's positive about where you are right now or where you were. Okay. What's negative, and see which one outweighs the other. That might help you somehow. That might help you with guidance somehow. Okay. So here we have the Empress card. Yeah, this is very interesting. So, okay, when we're, our topic is advice, and then we have guidance. So clearly you're wanting advice and guidance on, where do I go from here? Okay. Now, you have the Empress card here. And then you have let it change you, embrace the unexpected. The Empress card is an energy of someone who's very, very comfortable with where they are in life. Someone who's very comfortable with decisions they've made. This is someone who has abundance, someone who has great success, okay? In a lot of decks, the Empress is pregnant, so that can indicate you're about to give birth to new ideas, new things, new cycles, new, like changes in your life that will be bringing in a sense of abundance, a sense of gratitude, abundance in all areas, emotional, physical, financially, spiritually, right? So what I'm seeing with these 2 cards here is embrace the Empress energy. Embrace the fact that change is inevitable, and change will bring you everything that I just talked about with what the Empress represents. Okay. And why is it going to bring this? Because this is aligned with your soul calling. Okay. It's time. Spirit says it's time for you to step up to an upgrade, to leveling up, to finding your soul purpose, to pursuing your soul purpose in this lifetime. Then we have the 3 of Pentacles. This is interesting because here you have accepting help, okay? And the 3 of Pentacles can absolutely indicate that other people can help you. Other people can be beneficial to whatever it is that you're wanting to do. And here I'm feeling like this is absolutely connected to your spirit guides. And I just got chills all over my entire body. So accepting help from your spirit guides, accepting help from the universe. So for some of you who went through a Tower card moment here with Weather the Storms, this is the help from the universe, even though it doesn't look like it sometimes, right? And if you didn't have a complete breakdown of situations in your life, like I said, you could be getting signs that something doesn't feel right. There's a lot of chaos, things aren't working, there's stagnation, whatever it is. So I feel that the universe is absolutely trying to shine a light on you, your life, your current situation, your recent past situation. It is trying to direct you into the future, into your soul path. Okay, so for some of you, this can be pursuing something that's more creative, something where you have more control of your life, of your schedule, of timing in your life, I just heard. Okay, so definitely accept help from the universe there. Not only do you have spirit guides on the other side who are trying to help you, but I also feel that you will be stepping into situations where things seem to line up. People kind of pop up in your life at the right time. So meeting the right people, being in the right place at the right time. a lot of synchronistic events I feel happening with the Three of Pentacles here. Here we have the Princess of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. So yeah, this is like being called to do something that you are greatly passionate about. It's like, oh, I have this idea, and for some of you, I've had this idea for a while, right? And here is that decision that needs to be made, right? It's like, well, do I pursue this idea or not? Do I stay where I am, or do I try something new? Okay. And this is also about pursuing something even though it makes you feel uncomfortable. So pursuing change even though you may be terrified of change, pursuing change even though you feel more comfortable staying where you are, even though that's uncomfortable in itself, right? So really tuning into where your passion is. What is it that you want to do? You know, and focus on that and really discover how to make that happen. Is that one or two? Okay, I thought it was two. And here we have the Nine of Pentacles. So, oh, okay, hold on a second. Let me look at this. I just got to see yourself being successful in what it is that you want to do, or what it is that you want to make happen. So manifesting, visualizing, vision board, meditating. Like I'm seeing someone meditating like every morning or every night, or in the afternoon, whenever you can, and visualizing yourself being successful with this new idea that you have. Okay. It looks like it's going to take a little bit of time for you to achieve this great level of success that I see here, but that's okay. Okay, Spirit says that is perfectly fine. It's going to take some time. Just have patience and stick with it. Okay, stick with it. Now, there's a bunch of butterflies here. There's a bee here. So with the bee, this could absolutely have something to do with work or some kind of creative endeavor that you have, right? And then all these butterflies are telling me that change, okay, because remember, weather the storms, the change is happening in your life. Change is inevitable. It's going to happen. And it would be good for you, if you haven't already, to do some self-exploration and see what would you be good at? What will give you your best life? Okay, because that's the direction that you should be going right now. Remember here I talked about, you could be wondering about which direction to go in, a decision to be made. That's the direction you should be going in. And here we have the Star card. So the Star card is all about dreams coming true, okay? Making things happen. This is, like I said here when I was talking about visualizing, okay? We're going here from manifesting and visualizing to actually being in it. This is your dream coming true, your hopes coming true, your the risk that you took paying off here, okay? This is putting those fears aside and moving forward despite those fears and coming out the other side with great success, okay? And also, I do feel that the Star card is connected to your soul calling here. There's so much success. It's also a sense of healing here. Healing from the storm that happened here, getting a sense of understanding why this happened in the first place, and feeling very grateful. Here we have the Four of Cups. So with the Four of Cups, it's like, well, yeah, I know that I have this great success waiting for me here, but I don't know. I might just stay where I am. I don't know. Right? And so this takes me back to this decision that needs to be made, and a sense of this kind of battle between ego and intuition. So I'm feeling like this is ego down here, which is kind of keeping you stuck and stagnant and looking at what you currently have, which, it's okay. It's okay. But you're not really seeing the potential of what you could have because there's some sort of fear. There's something that's, I just got an image of like cement and being like stuck to where you are for some reason. Okay, so yeah, I feel like part of the decision is facing your fears, number one, because that's a choice, right? So facing your fears, really digging deep into your soul to kind of figure out, if this isn't meant for me, then what is meant for me? And some of you may already know, and in that case, then it's time for you to say, okay, yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to take this direction in my life. How do I do that? And from that point, when you're at the how do I do this, then it's all about visualizing people, places, things coming into your life that will help guide you and will help catapult you from one phase to the next. And we have the Six of Cups. So absolutely, with the Six of Cups, what I'm seeing here is this could be something in your past life, okay? Some calling that you have in this life. This could be when you were, visualizing and reading like your soul contract coming into this life, and you're saying, yeah, I'm going to want to pursue this at this particular point in time, right? This could also be something that you've wanted to do for a long time, and you're feeling that sense of stagnancy, and you're saying, okay, like there could be a resurgence of thoughts and memories of something that maybe you never had a chance to do, or maybe this is like your soul calling you to a purpose that you have. And it's like, I don't know where this thought, this feeling is coming from, but I feel like I have to pursue it. Okay. Listen to that. Okay, because that is very, very important. And we have the Nine of Cups. Wow. So I feel that once you get in touch with this soul calling, sacred journey, pilgrimage here, I feel like once you get in touch with that, so either once you discover it or once you really sit with it and think about it and look at that, I feel that you're going to get a sense of success that comes with that. Okay, with the Nine of Cups card here, I think you're going to start to visualize, oh yeah, you know what, I feel like I could make that work. And I feel like what's going to happen is you're going to feel that success in your soul. And then you're going to feel like, okay, I know that this is what I have to do. It feels right. Everything, it's just, like, I feel like you're going to realize, well, this seems to be my soul calling. This seems to be something that I need to do. Okay, now we have the Six of Wands. You have so many success cards here. So, first of all, once you start thinking about this particular thing, once you get your mind away from things kind of crumbling here, something that's not meant to be in your life anymore. Once you take your focus off of this, once you try to stop making this work, okay? Some of you may be trying to force something into a state of well-being, and it seems to be beyond that, okay? So guidance and advice could be to let this go, leave this in the past, move forward, because what I'm seeing is once you do that and you start thinking about the future and where you're heading in the future, one thing after another is going to come to mind. You're going to know the right step. People, places, and things are going to come into your life that help guide you along the way, that help bring this success to you. And I feel like you're going to start to feel this success before it even happens, okay? And I feel also what's going to happen is you're going to be getting very, very strong intuitive guidance about what steps to take, where to go, who to talk to, anything in that realm. And you're just going to have a feeling about things. Things are going to be yes or no. Okay, it's going to be black or white. It's not, there's like no gray areas because your intuition is going to be on point. Okay. Now we have the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, absolutely. Some of you this is definitely work related for some of you. Some of you, it may have started out with a relationship that broke down and feeling devastated from that. But then having a light bulb soul calling moment where it's like, you know what? I'm just going to pick up and move. I'm going to go somewhere else. When I get there, I'm going to find a new job, or I'm going to pursue a passion that I have. I'm not going to let my fears hold me back anymore. And others of you, you know, maybe you're thinking like, you know what? I'm just not very happy where I am. I want to do what I love to do, and I want to make money doing it. And maybe you're wondering, like, can I make that happen? Should I do that? Absolutely, you can make that happen. And yes, Spirit says you should do that. So the Ace of Pentacles, there's a new life waiting for you. It's a sense of doing things that make you happy, pursuing a life that has more life in it, more colors, more enjoyment, okay? Doing something that you enjoy and being, you know, prosperous doing that. The money will follow. It may take a little bit of time, but the money will follow. I mean, literally the money is growing on these plants here in the Nine of Pentacles, okay? So the money will follow. You're going to feel more grounded. You're going to feel definitely in your soul purpose. Here we have the Judgment card. Absolutely, this makes so much sense because here is a wake-up call, right? So the Judgment card is like a wake-up call. It's like an awakening, realizing that you're not in the right place. Maybe you were in the right place, but it is no longer the right place for you. So for advice and guidance, Spirit says to listen to this wake-up call. Listen to this shake up. Get past the fear of this shake up that's happening in your life or that just recently happened, okay? Listen to that. Let go of your fear. Know that this is the universe trying to guide you, okay? This is the universe trying to direct you to where you're supposed to be at this point in your life. Like maybe you've always, with the Six of Cups, maybe you've always had this dream of something that you want to do, right? And you're like, yeah, but I can't do that. I have my job and I have responsibilities and I can't just, you know, start this. I can't turn this hobby into a business. And Spirit here is saying, oh, yes, you can. Okay. And of course, that's just an example. Let's see what we have. Oh, this is a really nice card. So here you have the Temperance card. So what is happening from this wake-up call? You're getting balance, okay? Things that just go together so well. So if you currently have a job that's just okay, or maybe your job is making you feel miserable, okay, Spirit says, listen to that. That is your wake-up call. If you're feeling stagnant or if you're miserable or if you're just wanting change in general, that's your wake-up call to start something new. Take a chance, start something new. Everything's going to come into your life, like I was saying with the Six of Wands, and I think maybe with the Princess of Wands, possibly with the Star card. I don't remember exactly where I said it, but people, places, things are going to literally be like magnetized. You're going to be drawing these things into your life. All these things are going to be drawn to you and you're going to be drawn to them. Okay. So, to kind of summarize here, the message of guidance is to let go of something that's no longer working for you. Let go of something that doesn't feel right anymore, something that feels stagnant, you know, anything like that. And pursue something that your soul is calling you to pursue. Okay, So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 2. You have the Crazy Lace Agate, and your card is Spiritual Message. And this is interesting because our topic today is advice regarding an area of concern in your life, and then you have spiritual message. So this area of concern in your life seems to be something to do spiritually. I'm getting a sense that this could be wondering, like, a little bit like what your direction is, or a sense of that you're seeing something, but you're not sure what that means. So you may be getting signs about something, and you're like, okay, I keep getting these signs. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the universe is trying to tell me. So please help me. Okay. It seems like you might have an idea about what's going on, but you need more clarification. Some of you may know exactly what I'm talking about, and you just want confirmation that, yeah, I was thinking that that's what that means, and I was thinking about making this move or making this change or doing this or doing that, and I just need Spirit to say, yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing with this card. Another thing that's really, really catching my eye is the number 41 here. So that may mean something, significant. It may be something significant or mean something in particular to some of you. It could also be April 1st. Okay, so that's something that could mean. So maybe you may be seeing the number 41, like maybe when you look at the clock, it's 11:41, or it's 1:41, or 4:41. So if that does happen, just kind of pay attention to what's going on, and maybe you'll get some kind of clue at that point in time. But right now, we are going to try to get some messages for you. Okay, what can you tell us for pile number 2, please? What is the spiritual message and advice for pile number 2? Okay, we have the Holy Mountain, Soul Calling, Sacred Journey, and Pilgrimage. Okay, well, this is very interesting. This was in pile number 1. And I was getting a sense that this reading might have some kind of similarity to pile number 1. But I didn't want to just come out and say that yet, because I was waiting to see if we would get a different message, and you will have your own individual message here. But I was getting a sense that it has something to do with maybe making a change in direction in your life, or wanting to create better circumstances in your life. Perhaps this is the time for you to explore the reason why you're here. Why are you here on this earth at this particular time? So yeah, it definitely seems like your soul is trying to tell you something. Your soul wants to get your attention, and wants to, I heard confirmation, and I heard something about a change in direction for some of you. Okay, what do we have here? Weather the storms. Let it change you. Embrace the unexpected. I cannot make this up. Both of these cards were in pile number 1. So, okay. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So, pile number 2. I feel that there's something going on with you. There's a sense of knowing that something isn't right in your life, or a sense of knowing that changes need to be made in your life, or there's a sense of, I feel like it's time to move on from something, okay? Some of you may be getting these signs of, like spiritual messages from the universe. Like, let's take this whole card, for example. So you're getting these spiritual messages, and you're like, okay, well, what does that mean? Okay, so that could be where some of you are right now. And if that's the case, and no matter really what the case is here, what I'm seeing happening here is that these signs, first of all, these signs that you're getting, it's related to what you're supposed to be doing in this life, to your soul calling, your journey in this life, pilgrimage. So it does seem like you're supposed to be moving on from where you are right now, okay? Now, with weather the storms, let it change you, embrace the unexpected, what I'm seeing here is that there's a choice to be made here. You can either listen to this on your own and start pursuing something that's related to your soul purpose, or you can wait and kind of see what happens with the situation that you're already in. However, if you do that, what I see happening, what Spirit is showing me here with weather the storms, and you see the lightning coming down here. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. So there's all kinds of lightning coming down here. That reminds me of the Tower card. So the longer that you stay in this place of stagnancy, or a place of knowing that there's something more for you out there in the universe, but not making any changes in your life, I feel the more difficult things are going to become, okay? Because that's what Spirit will do. That's what the universe will do if it's time for you to move on and you're either not aware of that or you just don't want to move on. Things will become chaotic, things will become difficult, things will become stagnant. You may run into problems, difficulties, miscommunications, anything like that. And that's the universe trying to redirect you. And in this case, the universe would be trying to redirect you into your soul purpose in this lifetime. So let's look into your other cards. Oh, and just so you know, because literally, like I said, these two cards were in the previous pile. I put these cards back in the deck in different places in the deck. So I put one like here, and then I'll put one here, and then I shuffle them off camera multiple times, and then you see me shuffle again. So definitely a similar message going on here. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 2? What is the spiritual message and advice for pile number 2? Okay. We have the Waker, awareness and reflection. Yeah, so awareness. Being aware of things that need to change in your life. And what's so interesting about this eye here is that I was seeing an eye right here. Like, I don't know if you see it or if it's just me, but this to me looks like an eyeball. I don't know, am I the only one seeing that? And then you have the eye here, right in the center of your card. So it's really the universe in your spiritual message. The universe is trying to wake you up to something. The universe is trying to get your attention, okay? There's something that needs your attention here, something that you need to reflect on. And look at all of the clouds here. Okay, and look at what's happening here. You have all of these clouds. So it seems like there's something going on in your life that's kind of becoming cloudy, or your vision is clouded and you need to get a clearer picture. You need to get clarity on something, which is this. It's your soul calling, okay? So like I said over here, if you've been getting signs, messages, anything like that, that's the universe trying to get your attention about something. And it's a shakeup that you're supposed to be going through in your life. So here we have the Herald with small regrets and longing. So this is interesting. Okay, first of all, let me start with the snakes here. I feel like you're supposed to be shedding your skin at this point in your life. Okay, so it's time for you to shed your skin. It's time for you to go into a new phase of your life. Small regrets and longing. Are you regretting not taking a certain path in your life? Are you thinking that it's too late for you, that you can't pursue that particular thing now because you've already pursued something else and it's just not the right time anymore? Because it's never too late. okay? It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how inexperienced you are. It does not matter. It's never too late to pursue what's calling your soul, okay? So just keep that in mind. Divine timing is divine timing. There's no too late. There's no too early. There's no, I missed my chance. No, not with your soul calling, okay? So if there's something that's been on your mind, if you've had reoccurring thoughts, reoccurring dreams, reoccurring visions, that's the universe trying to tell you something, trying to get your attention about something. Something is trying to call you somewhere, okay? It's like, what is that? What is that message? What does that mean? What does that number mean? Okay, it really has to do with your soul purpose and with you taking a chance and pursuing that and not being afraid to pursue that. Okay. Ooh. Oh my gosh, your cards are just alive. So even though I didn't shuffle on camera, like I always shuffle off camera, but as you know, if you've been here before, I always shuffle on camera as well. So we're going to set these to the side. I'm going to shuffle and then we'll look at these first. Okay, so what else can you tell us for pile number 2, please? We're looking for advice regarding this spiritual message. Okay, this one needs to come out on top. And let's go ahead and start with these here. So we have the Ace of Discs, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Absolutely. There's something, something that wants to blossom in your life. Something that wants to take shape in your life. Some of you may have this vision. Some of you may already know exactly what I'm talking about. You have this great vision. You just don't know if you should take the chance on this particular thing. Okay, and what this card is saying is that there is safety with this idea that you have. Okay, so Spirit says, and advice and your message, all of those things, Spirit is saying to pursue this idea that you have. Absolutely pursue this idea. Let it change you. Embrace the unexpected. Maybe one day you just had an epiphany. Maybe you woke up one day and you thought about something. You were reflecting on the past and you were longing for something. Okay, reflection and longing. Awareness of this thing here. Maybe it was a thought you had in the past and then you put it on a shelf and it's coming back to you now, okay? And maybe now you're regretting that you didn't take this chance in the past and you're longing to go back to this, okay? This is a great idea. The Ace of Pentacles is a new idea that has incredible potential. Here we have the Eight of Wands. So this is a card of fast action, things happening very quickly, sometimes unexpectedly. And I feel that this has dual meaning here. So this could mean that, like I said, this thought just popped up overnight. You woke up one day, maybe you had a dream. You woke up one day and you said, oh my gosh, this idea that I have, I think I need to pursue it. Okay, Spirit says, let it change you. For others of you, this vision is going to start to take shape. And I feel what's going to happen is once you step into this energy, it's going to be undeniable. It's going to be like two magnets, okay, where this is you and this is the idea. And it's just like, I have to pursue this. Okay, like there's no stopping you. And I feel that once you step into this energy fully, you will notice changes that are happening very, very quickly. Very quickly. I think things are going to fall into line for you very quickly. And here we have the Queen of Cups. So what's interesting here is this is, I mean, a lot of things, but what I'm seeing first of all is your intuition. Listening to your intuition, listening to your heart, pursuing something that will bring you happiness, okay? Something that will allow you to be in the moment of every day and loving it, Okay, another thing I'm seeing with this card, here we have weather the storms, right? And it looks pretty stormy. Well, here you've weathered the storm and you've come out on the other side. So here things are calmer, things are balanced. Things are balanced emotionally, spiritually, physically. You're doing very, very well here, okay? Very well. So what I just heard, part of your spiritual message is to listen to your intuition, listen to that calling that you may be having right now, and let it change you. Let it change your environment. The world, wow. And you know, these are the cards that fell out of the deck before I even had a chance to really shuffle on camera. So this, whatever's going on in your life right now, let me look at this for just a second. Yeah, there's a diamond right here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a diamond right there. So this idea that you have is taking shape. It's going to become more well-formed, and you're going to polish it, okay? It's going to turn into something that's near perfection, okay? It's going to reflect, okay, this says reflection here. This idea that you have is going to reflect your soul, okay? An idea that you have a soul purpose, that you have something written in your soul contract in this lifetime. You're being guided into a new phase of your life where you're not doing things just to do them. You're not doing things just for money. You're not doing things just because you need a job, or doing things just because you're bored or whatever it is. You're doing things with a purpose. And everything is coming together to support you in that role. Okay. The Ace of Wands. Wow. You have a great idea. Do any of you not have this idea yet? Let me see. Okay. So what's going on with this? And when I asked, do any of you not have this idea yet? So some of you don't have this idea. Some of you are getting signs. Some of you are feeling a shift in energy, and you're thinking, okay, what does this mean? And then our topic, advice regarding an area of concern in your life. So it's spiritual advice for you, right? We established that with this card. So for those of you who already have an idea, right? You have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. For those of you who are watching this going, I know exactly what she's talking about. Okay, great. Go for it. Absolutely go for it. For those of you who are getting signs and you're like, yeah, I'm getting all these signs, I don't know what they mean. You will, okay, so now you can say, okay, so these signs are saying that I should make some changes in my life, something that's regarding my soul purpose. Okay, great. Now we have that established. So what next? So your advice from this point is to really kind of sit with your intuition, sit with your creative side, sit with your peaceful side, right? And really try to identify, what is your soul calling? What should you be doing? Because when you start to identify that, and you start to brainstorm and come up with some, different ideas about what you should be doing, what is your soul purpose, what's going to happen is this path, right? This new path, this door that's opening for you is going to become clearer, and you're going to get a lot of ideas, a lot of creative ideas regarding how to pursue this particular thing in your life. And here we have the Death card. This is so interesting. So I told you that it's time for a change in your life, and what's going to happen here, I mentioned this earlier with these two cards here. Some of you already know what's going on It's time for you to absolutely close the door to your past and open the door to your future. Others of you who aren't sure what's going on, you're trying to make sense of it. The longer you stay there, the more uncomfortable things might get for you, okay? And that's because it's time for you to move on. It's wherever you are right now, regardless of your situation, it's just not meant to be anymore. It's time for a change. It's time for, really, it's time for a shakeup, okay? It's time for you to find what is pulling on your heart, okay? I feel for all of you, there's something that it's like there's something missing in your heart, something missing in your life, and it's time for you to pursue that. It's time for you to figure that out if you don't know exactly what that is right now. And here we have the Three of Pentacles. So what I see with the Three of Pentacles is that this is something that definitely could be work related. Okay, this could be something that you've been working on. This could be like we see here. Okay, this person here has been working on these discs. Okay, so there's two up here and there's one here. Now the people who are over here have little bags and there's money in those bags, right? So they want to purchase whatever this person has. And it's gaining interest. There's going to be word of mouth coming after this, right? So what I'm seeing with you is that this seems to be something that maybe it's a hobby of yours and you would love to do this as, you know, as a career. You would love to make money doing this. And I feel that it's, you know, your spiritual message here in your advice is to pursue this idea that you have, pursue this feeling. Like you're not feeling this way for no reason. There's something that's calling you, something that is saying, you know, it's time for you to level up your life. It's time for you to spend your time doing what you love to do and make money doing that. Okay, the money will follow. So for some of you, it will make more sense to stay where you are right now and then start slowly building up a clientele, slowly building up your business, right? And yeah, it might be, at first, it might feel a little bit daunting because you're trying to balance your job and then you're trying to make money doing this. But I feel, remember the Eight of Wands, I feel that things are going to fall into place very quickly. And I feel that it's just a matter of time before people start noticing you and before this idea really takes off. Okay, here we have the Five of Swords. So this is interesting. With the Five of Swords here, what I'm seeing, do you see there's somebody hiding here? I don't know if you can see that, but there's someone hiding in the bricks here. What I'm seeing with the Five of Swords is that you're slaying your ego. Okay, I feel the Five of Swords is representing your fears. It's representing anything that would be holding you back, okay, including a current situation that you may be in right now. And so I feel that what's happening here, it's a sense of, I'm going to listen to my intuition instead of my ego. I'm going to pursue my spirituality in the sense of pursuing something that has spiritual meaning to you. And really slaying the dragons of your mind, not letting your mind control you, not letting what other people say control you, okay? And really gathering your strength and moving beyond anything that's no longer meant for you. I see you gathering your strength, gathering your thoughts, getting clarity, and moving forward with this great sense of determination, a sense of nothing's going to get in my way. I'm moving forward and literally like that's it. Nothing's going to get in my way. I feel like you're taking steps upward. You're also getting a different perspective on things. I'm feeling like things where you currently are or were in the past, they're just not meant for you anymore. And I feel like you're starting to see that. And I feel like slowly but surely you're starting to feel okay with letting them go. Okay. And I feel like this person hiding right here is your ego. So I feel like your intuition is going to take over your ego and you're going to start to move forward. The Tower card, absolutely. This is what I was talking about with weather the storms. And, you know, it's interesting that this comes after the Five of Swords, everything I just said about the Five of Swords here, because what I see happening here, like I said, you're slaying those dragons. You're no longer letting your fears hold you back. And with this eye here, okay, you have another eye. Because remember at first, with your first card, this makes me, it like made me think of an eye here. So what's happening here is that you're getting a greater perspective on things. There's a sense of seeing the reality of things, seeing what's actually taking place in your life. When there seems to be all this chaos happening, at first, you know, even people who are really, really tuned into things, when a tower moment happens, like, or right before the tower moment happens, when that chaos and that shakeup starts, you get that feeling, right? Some people may not realize at first exactly what's going on with these storms and this chaos and this imbalance. And then it's like an aha moment. It's like, okay, now I see what's going on. And I feel that something like that is going to happen with you, or has already happened with you, where you're like, okay, things just don't feel right where I am right now. I need to figure out what this is. What are these signs? What is this chaos I've been feeling? Well, it's spirit telling you that it's time for you to move on. Where you've been may have been great in the beginning, but you're no longer meant to be there anymore. So definitely listen to the signs and pursue this idea that you have, or figure out what you would like to pursue and then go from there. So interesting that you have the Hermit card right after the Tower card. So this is very interesting because a lot of times after you have a Tower card moment, you have a Hermit card moment, okay? So what I mean by that is in these two cards together really, really speak to a spiritual message here. So what we're seeing here with the Hermit card coming after the Tower card is this great shakeup is happening. This great awakening is happening, which can be disconcerting, right? It's like, okay, what just happened, or what's going on? What is all this chaos? And what happens is a sense of, I need time to figure things out. Well, with the Hermit card, first of all, you are figuring things out. It's not going to take too long to figure it out so that you can move on to this new phase of your life. But here, it's like, you know, you have the Lantern here and then the heart chakra. So what is it that you should be doing? Excuse me. What should you be pursuing that would fulfill your heart? So it's really doing that soul searching, okay, to figure out what your soul calling is. What is this sacred journey? What is this pilgrimage that we have here and we have here? What is this? And then you have a turtle here. So slow but sure, slow and steady wins the race, right? The Three of Pentacles here, slowly but surely. These ideas are going to come together. They're going to take shape. They're going to take form, and everything's going to fall into place for you. Yeah, here we have the Eight of Cups. So this is just fascinating to me, the way your cards are lining up. So the Tower, the Hermit, the Eight of Cups, what's happening here? Okay, so we talked about the Tower card moment where there's chaos, there's upheaval, things are changing in your life. And then after that, you go into the hermit mode where you're trying to figure things out. You're coming to peace, right, with everything that happened here. Things are starting to make sense. What happens when you come out of the hermit mode? You're ready to go into this new phase of your life. But before you can do that, right, you have the Eight of Cups here, which you're moving away from something that's no longer working. Now, take a look at this particular Eight of Cups. Do you see how the cups are stacked up here to the point where you can't go any higher because this cup is just barely on the edge of the other cup? So you've done all you can here. It's time for you to move on. You can't go any higher. If you go any higher, okay, this second to last cup is a little bit hanging off the edge there. This one is way off the edge to the point where it's you know, interesting how it's still sitting there and not falling. So if you try to put another cup up here, they're all gonna fall. You've done what you can where you are or where you were. And you see the sun coming up here? It's like, okay, I see the light. I see, look at all of these images or drawings or whatever on the moon. It's like, okay, I've seen the signs. I know it's time to move on. I need to listen to my intuition, and I'm gonna move forward into a situation that is meant for me. This past situation could have been meant for you at that particular time in your life, but now it's time for you to move on, okay? So don't let that fear hold you back. Oh my gosh, this is literally what I just said. Don't let that fear hold you back. And here you have the Seven of Swords. So here, this person looks terrified about something, right? So there's a sense here of holding on too tightly to the past. Do you see how this person has their hand around the blade of the sword? Don't hold on too tightly to the past, because that could end up hurting you, right? In the sense of, it's not where you're supposed to be anymore. You're supposed to move forward, okay? And what I see here, do you see how there's color here? This sword is on the yellow part here, okay? And then here it's gray. So in your past, it's gray. It's stagnant. It's like there's nothing left for you there. So it's time for you to step forward, and don't have a fear of, oh, I can't do this, or what if it doesn't work out, or what's going to happen if this, or what if that, and all these negative thoughts, okay? What Spirit is saying, what your advice and your spiritual message is to, I just heard step into the light in the sense of your spiritual light, your soul calling, okay? And pursue this sword here. This is a great idea. And so I feel that once you step into this other area, you're going to have this incredible sense of clarity. It's like, oh, okay, now it makes sense. Now I see why those things from the past were creating chaos in my life, why they ended up falling away from me, and why I'm supposed to take these steps forward. So absolutely, the advice regarding this spiritual, these spiritual signs that you have been getting is to do some soul searching, figure out what it is that you want to be doing in your life. For some of you, this could just be a hobby. For some of you, your spiritual purpose could be a hobby. You know, something that you do on the weekends or when you get off work, or maybe you do it once a month. And that will bring you a great sense of purpose in this life. So some of you, because it does seem to be related to work or hobby, or possibly moving somewhere even for this pile, right? But that doesn't mean you have to quit your job. That could just mean that you're supposed to, pursue something part-time. Okay, and then you can keep your job. And maybe eventually it will grow into something full-time. Okay, so there's a lot of different possibilities here regarding who's watching this. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it helped you. If you like this reading, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 3. You have the blue tiger's eye. And your card is regrets. So I feel like you're looking for advice regarding an area of your life that you have regret about. I feel that this has to do with a decision that you made. This could be a move that you made in the sense of a literal physical move somewhere, or like a move in your life, like a change in your life that you made that you thought was going to be for the better. And now you're starting to think maybe that wasn't the best choice for me to make. Now, I feel like you haven't seen the entire situation yet. I feel like this situation hasn't been completely resolved. With number 23, I feel like you're at number 2 and you haven't seen the 3 yet. Okay, so I'm also feeling with number 3 that this could be relating to a season. So it could be that you will see some changes with the next season that comes up. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you're watching this, it could be that as the seasons change or during that next season, you're going to start to see some changes happening. This could also be within 3 months. You'll start to see some things shifting, some doors opening for you, and some things starting to look up. Now, I did want to tell you that I saw a flash of a swan. Okay, a swan that was in water, and it was kind of going like in this direction. So that may or may not have meaning to some of you. I'm sure there's someone out there that means something to you. So we'll see if that comes up later on in your cards, and if there's any meaning connected to that. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you that in case it has some sort of meaning for anyone watching. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 3, please? Advice regarding a regret. Okay, so we have the cycle breaker. You'll get through it, cycle ending. Yeah, this is what I was saying with the seasons changing, right? So one season ending and another season beginning. And here, look, this looks like a doorway to me, this archway here. It's like a doorway. So you'll get through it. First of all, this regret that you're having, this difficult time that you're going through, you're protected, okay? You have the blue tiger's eye, which is a stone of protection to begin with, and then you'll get through it. So Spirit says, absolutely, you're going to get through this. You're protected. Keep your head up. Don't beat yourself up. Things are going to get better. Okay. This cycle is going to end for you. And I feel like it's not that far away. Oh, and look, you have 3 figures here. So really pointing to, so the 3, so, initially I thought it was 3 months because I got like the seasons changing, and seasons are 3 months, but it could even be 3 weeks. For some of you, it really could be 3 days, okay, when things are going to shift for you. So I would say at most it's 3 months. Okay. So anywhere from 3 days to 3 months, when you're going to start to see some very significant changes happening for you. So Spirit says, don't give up, hang in there. Okay, these 2 cards really want to come out. So we're going to take both of them. The Edge, take a chance, do something different. Very interesting. Well, first of all, let's just break this card down. So the Edge, okay, look how close they are to the edge here. So like I said, a cycle is ending and a new cycle is beginning for you. So just keep that in mind. I feel like this new cycle is going to be at least what you've been looking for, if not better. Okay, I feel that things are going to come together. I feel that, so, you know, with this regret, it seems like things have been delayed. Things aren't going as you had planned. But now, look at the rainbow, okay, connecting two things together. So I feel like things in your life are starting to connect. The dots are starting to connect. People, places, things are starting to come into your life. You're starting to find these things where everything's going to fall into line. Things are going to make sense for you. And right now you're having a sense of regret, which can then lead into a sense of, well, I took a chance with this idea and I regret this. So I am no longer going to take any chances ever in my life, ever again. Okay. But Spirit says, please don't do that. Okay. When this shift happens, don't be afraid to take a chance. Okay. Don't be afraid to try something new. Okay. So don't let this regret hold you back from the future possibilities that will work out for you. Okay. Be the mountain, slow and steady foundations and patience. Yeah, this makes so much sense. So with the mountain, I'm seeing obstacles, I'm seeing difficulties. Okay. How do you climb the mountain? Slow and steady, right? Okay. So slow and steady right now, as you're going through this difficulty, as you're feeling regretful about a decision that you made or a change that you made, just know that things are slowly falling into place. You're slowly working towards setting foundations, setting roots in whatever this is, okay? And really, probably one of the most important things here is have patience. Have patience with the situation, with the progress, and have patience with yourself. Don't beat yourself up because you have regrets about a decision that you made, okay? This is temporary. This could have been, maybe you made this decision, you said, I'm gonna do this particular thing, and it hasn't worked out yet. Well, that could be because things haven't come together yet. Okay, that could be why you're experiencing delays. So just keep that in mind as you go forward. Things are going to shift for you. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 3, please? Okay, this card wants to come out. Okay, let's start with this one. The adventurer, responsibility and expectations. Yeah, so the adventurer, I feel like you took a chance, you took a risk with something and it hasn't worked out yet. Okay, your expectations have not been met yet. But what's important to remember is that you're at number 2. You haven't hit number 3 yet. So there's more to see with whatever this is that you started out doing, right? So responsibility, what does that mean here? What does responsibility mean? Oh, okay. So responsibility means that you have a responsibility to yourself to see what happens on the other side, okay? To see what happens when you get through this cycle, when you get to the other side, what's going to happen there, okay? You have a responsibility to yourself to either see it through or to wait until it's complete or to give it more time, okay? Whatever your situation is. Remember, slow and steady. Things are moving slowly for you. But pretty soon, I feel like things are kind of like coming to the surface with the volcano here. And I feel like pretty soon you're going to be able to see things manifesting, to see things coming into your life, to see things coming to life. Look at all the plants here. Sorry, I was like, what is that word? My mind was completely blank, but all the plants here, the growth, right? So give it a little bit of time. This doesn't happen overnight. I feel like you've planted the seeds and they haven't sprouted yet, okay? Maybe because it's winter time, like literally or figuratively. So, you know, because this card, it looks like it's winter. It looks like there's some snow on the mountains. So maybe in springtime, things are going to thaw out for you and things are going to start to take shape and form. And that's when life is going to really take off for you. Okay, what else? Ooh, this card is like really popping out here. Okay, there we go. I had to get this one, I'm telling you, it almost went back in. Okay, so we have the Assassin, Ruthlessness and Conviction. Yeah, I really like this card for you here because what's happening here? Okay, you're going from feeling regretful to getting a sense of yourself back, okay? I feel like once this cycle breaks, once this season changes for you, literally or figuratively, okay? And it doesn't have to be winter here, okay? I mean, obviously in the card it looks like winter, but in your situation, it doesn't literally have to be winter, okay? It could be summer going into fall. It could be spring going into summer. It could be anything, okay? So just keep that in mind. So yeah, I feel like once this cycle breaks, once the ice melts, once this thaw is gone, okay, or once it completely thaws out, once the ice thaws out, I feel like you're going to come back to yourself. I feel like you're going to have a sense of conviction again about your purpose and about pursuing what you came here to do in the first place, okay? So I feel with like ruthlessness, what I feel with ruthlessness is a sense of obstacles getting out of the way, okay? Because if someone's ruthless, what are they going to do? They're going to slay the dragons. They're going to get rid of anything that's in their way, anything that might be stopping them. So I feel like either that's the attitude that you're going to take on, or that like things are literally just going to melt out of your way. And it's like literally your path is going to be open, okay? So let's get into your tarot cards. What else can you tell us for pile number 3, please? Looking for advice regarding a regret that pile number 3 has. Oof, okay, here we go. Okay. Wow. So what I see happening here is a sense of things balancing out for you. Remember with this card, how I told you with the plants here, it's like you've laid the seeds, but you haven't seen them sprouting yet. You haven't seen things coming to life yet because you're in winter and spring hasn't happened yet. Okay, this is exactly what I was saying here. Okay, so things are going to shift for you. Things are going to absolutely come together for you. And the new life is going to literally sprout for you. I feel in different areas of your life too. Okay, this could absolutely have something to do with work. This could have something to do with foundations. Okay, new friendships, new community, work, could be romantic relationships. It could be your ideas are sprouting life. Your ideas are coming to life. Any delays that you had, like I do see with the Pentacle, it's taken a long time to get to this point, but things are going to start to balance out for you, okay? Absolutely, things are going to start to balance out. Things are going to start to come together. You see you have 2 here, you have 2 here, and then you have 2 here. Things are going to start to come together for you. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Okay, so I was trying to say you have the Chariot, and just out of nowhere, I obviously coughed right in your ear. So I apologize, but if you've watched me before, that usually happens when something is stuck. Okay, something stagnant, something is stuck. Now, this happened to you with the Chariot card. So it was literally like I was expelling the stuck energy and you're starting to move forward. Okay. So it's interesting that we see this after we talked about things sprouting, things coming to life, that season changing, with this card going from winter to spring, which that could be literal or it could be, figuratively speaking for you and your situation. So things are going to take shape. Things are going to move forward. Things are not always going to be so stagnant for you. And look, this Chariot has a pentacle. So what this is telling me, whatever change you made here that you now regret, that change, that new beginning that you are trying to get off the ground is going to start moving here. Okay. And that's where your balance is going to come in. So here we have the Hangman. Yeah, exactly. So you have been in a state of literally suspension, wondering when things are going to move forward for you, wondering, are things always going to be this way? Okay, first of all, you have been protected. Okay, so, and you are protected, right? You have the blue tiger's eye here. So it could be that you are experiencing some delays because Spirit was protecting you. The universe was protecting you from from a situation that you may have stepped into that could have caused you harm somehow. So it doesn't mean literal physical harm. I mean, it's possible that something like that may have happened. But what I'm more seeing here is headaches, wasting your time. Being in a situation that could have caused, so when we say harm, it could have caused you a lot of anxiety, a lot of mental stress, more so than what you're going through with the sense of regret here. Okay, so you could have been protected from something, okay? This could also be the universe's way of saying, hold on a minute, everything isn't aligned yet for you to move forward. So just sit here for a minute, have patience. Yeah, I know that you're feeling a sense of regret right now, but that will pass and it will all make sense. Okay, so remember, slow and steady, slow and steady. Things are still going to be moving, progressing. I feel steadily for you, okay, comfortably for you going forward once you get into this new phase. I'm sorry. There's definitely a sense of deep, deep frustration with things not moving yet. Okay, I can tell because I keep having to cough. Okay, and what was I just saying? Okay, because now you have the Wheel of Fortune when things have shifted and things are moving again for you, right? So what I was just saying is that you are protected and Spirit may have been protecting you from harm. Okay, something that could have caused more distress in your life than this feeling of regret that you're having here. So you're in this state of like a holding pattern for a reason. Okay, maybe you just haven't figured things out yet. Maybe you haven't looked in the right place for a new job, or you haven't looked in the right place to find your soul tribe, your community, depending on what your situation is here. But as you move forward with the Chariot card, okay, and then you have the Wheel of Fortune. So what's happening here with this new phase, this new cycle in your life is your luck is shifting. It's literally going to be night and day. Okay, so as much regret that you're feeling now, it's going to be the opposite. You're going to feel that much abundance, that much happiness. It's like things are being woven together. Okay, your energy is all going to come together. You're going to feel a great sense of healing going forward, a sense of, I just heard a sense of luck is going to come out for you. Okay, it could be coming out of the blue. Okay, you could be getting opportunities that are like once in a blue moon, I'm hearing. Okay, so opportunities that were not ready for you yet when you made this decision. Okay, so just hang in there. Spirit says hang in there. Don't give up. Okay. And now we have the Nine of Pentacles. So do you see how protected these pentacles are with the feathers here? That is amazing. So it's like your idea is protected. You have so much protection going on in this reading. So there's something about your original idea that is still protected. It's like, no, don't give up on this original idea. It's still a good idea. Maybe things needed to be tweaked a little bit. Maybe you needed to change certain things. Let's say that maybe some of you quit your job and you said, I'm going to pursue my passion in life and I'm going to see what happens. And then nothing happens. And you're like, oh no, I am regretting that decision. Okay. But what I'm seeing here is there's so much protection. I'm even seeing it in the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Seeing like this structure that the owl made here is protecting you from whatever this is back here, this egg or this, because it looks like an egg. I'm just seeing an egg now, and that egg is going to open up and you're going to really step into your power and you're going to be very successful with whatever this idea is, this move that you made. The timing wasn't quite right when you first started this. There was something that needed to be worked out, shifted, something like that. Things needed to come together. So here we have the Mother of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords. So what I'm seeing here, now this is so interesting how the Mother of Swords is right below the Assassin with ruthlessness and conviction, because that can definitely describe the Queen of Swords sometimes, right? It's like the synchronicities here. It's pretty interesting. Oh, and another thing I want to point out here is you have expectations right here. You expected this. You expected this level of success when you started out with this, and it hasn't arrived yet, and that's why you're feeling regrets, but it's on its way, so just hang in there. Okay, so back to the Queen of Swords here. I feel like what's happening when this shift happens is a great sense of clarity, a sense of precision, okay? A sense of obstacles that were once there are no longer there. And there's a sense of direction, a sense of conviction, a renewed sense of I'm still gonna go after what I want. It's like this renewed sense of power, like almost like a power surge saying, no, I got it now, and I'm going forward. So it's a renewal of ambition and sight, okay? Setting your sights on what you want to see happen here, okay? And here we have the Eight of Cups. So yeah, this is showing me regret. This is showing me that things didn't work out the way I thought they would. Now, what's interesting about this is that you have this mountain here, okay? And you have the mountain here. So, what I'm seeing here is there's a sense that what you set out to do may have had certain flaws in it that needed to be worked out, okay? Which would explain the Hangman, another explanation for the Hangman here. It's like, okay, I set out on this journey, I have this big plan, and it hasn't worked out, which is this regret here, okay? Now, what this means is, so maybe you had to learn something, okay? So maybe you've learned that, and now it's time for you to move on from this phase and go into that new cycle, okay? Maybe here you had to go through some situation, okay, that was holding you back from the original idea here. So maybe some of you got sidetracked here and distracted. And what we see here with the Eight of Cups is that that distraction is coming to an end, okay? And there's going to be movement forward. So there's a sense of something blocking you from going forward, which is then, you know, because at first you're like, oh, this is a great idea, I'm going to pursue this. And then it was like a screeching halt. And then things didn't work out the way you wanted or the way you thought or hoped or were trying to manifest. And now you're having this regret. Well, what Spirit is saying and the advice that they're giving here is to go ahead and let things fall away that are not working for you so that you can make way for new things. So what Spirit means by that is that if you made some kind of move, if you did something like physical here to change something in your life and it's not working, the original idea could still work. It's just that you perhaps landed with this distraction here, and that distraction is what is crumbling so that you can then move forward. Okay. So here, yeah, do you see here how we have the mountain again? It's so interesting that you're getting all these mountains. So what we have here is the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so do you see the difference between these two mountains in particular? And you have the other mountain in this card, but just look at these two for now. This one's dark. It looks like it's raining and the cups are all broken. Here, it's lighter, right? And then you have the Three Pentacles coming together on the bottom. So what I'm seeing here with the cups here and the pentacles here is there was a faulty foundation with this. This is something that got in your way, something that distracted you. So this does not mean that your original idea over here is not the correct thing, okay? It could mean that you just needed to finish with this distraction so that you can move on. And moving forward, you're going to have a stronger foundation down here. Things are going to come together much, much better down here. So, you know, let's say that you had, let's say you had this idea, like I'm going to, like I think I mentioned this earlier, if not, then it was in my mind, but let's say you have this idea, like I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to pursue my passion, and then you do that and it doesn't happen. You know, something's not working out. Well, maybe you had to rework some of your ideas. Maybe you needed to change things a little bit. And those changes, okay, it's setting a firmer foundation, new connections, new, you know, things that you put into place. Okay, maybe for some of you, you had this great idea. I'm going to make a huge change in my life. I'm going to move somewhere. I'm going to just go on this adventure, right? And you get there and maybe you found a job that was okay, but it wasn't fulfilling. Or maybe you were, you know, in a relationship and it was okay for a while, but it's no longer fulfilling. Whatever it is, it was kind of a distraction for where you're supposed to be. Okay, so realizing that is kind of the first step in realizing, like, okay, it's not so much the original idea, it's certain elements of this idea that got me a little bit sidetracked. And so that's going to be shifting for you. So hang in there, slow and steady. Okay, as we said up here with this card, as we saw, slow and steady. Things are going to slowly start to take shape for you. And here we have the Ace of Cups, okay? This is what I'm saying. Things are going to take shape. Things are going to turn out much, much better than what they are right now. So I really feel that the Ace of Cups is the opposite of the regrets that you're feeling here, okay? So things are going to shift for you. I feel like you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, okay? with the Hangman, with the Mother of Swords here, which is the Queen of Swords, you're getting a greater sense of like an idea. Things are starting to take shape. You're starting to come back to the Ace of Cups, which is this great sense of, okay, now that I got rid of this here, I'm starting to like get my groove back. I'm starting to see that my original idea is not the problem. What the problem was this roadblock here that I had to work through. Okay. And here we have the Sun card. I absolutely love this. The Sun card is below the Wheel of Fortune. Things are going to be shifting for you. Okay. It's literally night and day. It's winter to spring, literally or figuratively when we talk about the seasons changing. But yeah, it's darkness into light. It's the light is shining on your idea again. And maybe for some of you, you have a whole new idea. Okay, so maybe the original idea for some of you was close, but that's not exactly where you were supposed to be, but it was just so close. But the universe was like, no, we can't give you this original idea because it's going to create all these roadblocks. And so what we're going to do is put things on pause for you right now so that you can get a different perspective, so that you can figure things out. And so the Ace of Cups could be representing for some of you a whole new idea, but it could somehow be connected to the original idea. It's just like a shift. Like maybe instead of so you have the original idea and you were going to go left, but now you're going to go right with that same idea. You know what I mean? So yeah, in a sense, it could be a whole new idea, but there's still something connected to the original idea. So this regret is literally going to fade away. And here you have the King of Pentacles. I love this for you. This is you getting your footing back, getting your confidence back, having a plan of action and putting that plan into action and being very, very successful with that plan. Okay. And look at the colors here. It's like all your chakras are lining up here. You have this brilliant idea and literally it's, you know what I'm getting is this sense of regret that you have now here. You do not regret this situation any longer. Here, you're like, I'm actually grateful that I had this delay because that delay, that pause led me into a situation that is so much better than my original idea or path or plan, whatever it is, right? So here we have the Son of Swords. So this is the Knight of Swords. And there's such a great sense of inspiration here, a sense of direction, a sense of working through problems, shedding your skin, going into that new phase, going into that new cycle, going into that kind of like a sense of rebirth, okay? And putting your plans into action, listening to your intuition, feeling things out, and moving forward with this sense of determination. And also a sense, I feel things start to move much quicker for you. Okay, and look at this cluster of cards right here. You have the Queen of Swords, where things start to make sense. Things are clearing up. You're getting clarity. You're getting precision. You're getting your conviction back. Okay. Slowly but surely things start happening, and slowly but surely you're getting your sense of purpose back, your sense of confidence back, and you start moving forward. So the general advice for you is don't give up, okay? Yes, you're feeling regrets right now. Yes, it's difficult right now. Yes, it might continue to be difficult for a little more time, for a little bit longer, okay? I really feel it's 3 months or less. So it could literally be 3 days for some of you, but most likely no longer than 3 months when you're going to start to see this shift happening for you, okay? So that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.